watching Coming to America, I am starting a petition to ban all sequels on cult classics because I'm sick of this. Okay, got me sitting up here wasting my time like this. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Coming to America, which hits the Prime Video streaming platform this Friday. This film is directed by Craig Brewer. It stars Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall. It's so many people in this cast. I don't even have time to name the whole cast, but just know everybody and their baby mama in this film. But this time around in the sequel, 33 years later, it centers around Akeem, who has a long-lost son in the United States, and he must return to America to meet his unexpected heir and build a relationship with his son. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I tell you what I enjoyed about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and is it worth your time watching Coming to America when it hits Prime Video tomorrow? So going into what I enjoyed about Coming to America, I think first and foremost, where this film really gets it right and the parts that I actually enjoyed in this film is really when it centers around the nostalgia of the original cast of Coming to America. 33 years later, seeing everyone on screen, almost everyone, but I just think that's when I was just like, wow, I can't believe I get to see everyone, our favorite, like, big, happy, dysfunctional family back together again. It brought literally a huge smile to my face. And for me, those are some of the funniest parts for me that I enjoyed in this film. But I also want to give a shout out to Ruth Carter, okay, because she did the dang old thing with the costumes in this film. I just think that when you look at this film, it looks well made. Everyone looks so regal. I love that we're getting to see more of Zamunda than what we saw in the previous film, but I think from a costuming standpoint, everyone looks absolutely fantastic. So I just wanted to make sure that I gave her her props because she continues to show why she is one of the best in the game. But I love this addition into looking into the women of Zamunda. There is a part of this story and this theme talking about how women should be considered to be equals, that they should be a part of this power structure as we get into why Akeem must find a male heir to the throne. This is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I really love Kiki Layne, who plays one of his daughters in the film. I thought she was fantastic, so much that I wish we got to see a little bit more of her, but I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get into the issues that I had with the film. But I love seeing Akeem bond with his daughters. I love seeing, this kind of brings you back to where you were in the first film, where Lisa, who was having issues of being seen as an equal and running her father's company, I love that you kind of get to see why Akeem was such a likable person, a likable man because of his respect for women, but also to treating women equally. And I love how we explore this dynamic as his young daughters, and especially with Kiki Layne's character, as they're trying to understand why these rules of Zamunda, why are they so dated, but why does it also exclude women from power? And I really love how we explore this through not only the relationships with his daughter, but also to Lisa. Can we say how fine Shari is, Cherie Hetley? She is still fine. I said, ma'am, can I just have an ounce of the fountain of youth that you obviously possess? But I love the friendship between her and Leslie Jones' character in the film. I think those were some of the moments that I was actually laughing as Lisa actually finds a girlfriend from back home that she could connect and bond with, given the unfortunate circumstances that has fallen upon their family. It has some really funny moments in the film, but also too with the addition of Nazamo, she is so fantastic as Marimba. I think that she was such a great addition to this cast. I know she's already a star overseas, but I'm sure after everyone sees her in Coming to America, you're going to fall in love with her just as I did. Actually, it was because of her character with Jermaine Fowler, who is really basically the lead in this film. It made me appreciate his character and enjoy his character more because they're paired together for the majority of the film. So I just want to give a huge shout out to her. But can I talk about my favorite person in the film above everyone else? Wesley Snipes continues to show that he is one of the funniest men in Hollywood, even though he doesn't necessarily, she's not considered a comedian, but literally from his role in Coming to America, Dolomite Is My Name, White Man Can't Jump, Tu Fang Wu, I forgot, that used to be my movie back in the day. Wesley Snipes is hilarious, and he literally had me dying of laughter in this film as General Azizi. I loved him, and I love the connection that he has with Akeem and his family, kind of some bad blood that has happened between them, but I absolutely found him hysterical. He was literally the entire highlight. He was the highlight of the film to me, the funniest character that they had, especially with the new long list of people that they added to the cast for the sequel, but he was literally my favorite. But all good things must come to an end, because that's pretty much all that I enjoyed about the film. I have a lot of issues with Coming to America, and it really first has to center around the story. It felt as though when you're watching Coming to America that this was really two ideas for two totally separate movies that they really just merged into one. And for me, the circumstances that leads Akeem back to America, it just felt so unnecessary. I felt like we had a good thing going on with really talking about the reformation of Zamunda and his rules and how it treats women, and it still would have made for a funny film. But it was so much going on because we were focusing between so many characters, because this is really a bloated cast. When I heard the cast, I was like, well, dang, who else y'all gonna put in this movie? Like, is there even enough time to cover all of these characters? I just felt like from a writing standpoint, and I'm gonna single, I know that the two original writers, I know they worked with Eddie. Eddie came up with some additional characters for this movie, but I'm gonna have to put this, I felt a lot of Kenya Barris coming out to me while I was watching this film. I was like, I know Kenya has something to do with this story. I know this right here. I know Kenya has something to do with it, and he must be stopped, okay? I love what he has going on with his franchises, with Mixish and Grownish and Blackish, but for me, I just didn't feel like this was a good fit to have Kenya writing, and I can tell the new blood that they brought into the writer's room, and it just didn't work for me. Also too, as I said, from a casting standpoint, I don't understand why when we get to sequels that we feel as though for people or this new generation to actually enjoy a cult classic film like Coming to America, which literally people could watch now and they will still be in love with it, even those who didn't grow up on the 1998 classic. I don't understand why in Hollywood we're in this mode where we have to mix the new with the old. It's just like, hey, we love the original cast of Coming to America. And honestly, the best parts of the movie are literally when the original cast is featured. But because we have added so many new characters to try to bring in all of these new different audiences, it really loses its flair. And for me, the film just doesn't come off as funny. There are a couple of moments, like I said, that I was literally like, okay, now that was actually funny. I'm gonna give it to you guys. But for the most part, in this very long and bloated runtime, I was just watching the screen like, well, at least they look nice. At least everybody aged well. It's nice to see John Amos, making these McDowell's jokes in comparison to McDonald's. But I didn't feel it. It's not as funny as the first one. It doesn't even come close to it. And even with the new additions with Jermaine Fowler, who honestly, I wasn't feeling him from a casting standpoint of being Akeem's heir. And for me, it's because we focus so much on him and so much of the new characters that really center around his storyline, it just really made the movie fall flat. And also too, with the addition of Leslie Jones, that writing for her character and how she became a part of this family, it's just lazy writing. And honestly, for someone as Leslie Jones, who I think is so talented and is so much more deserving of better scripts and more opportunities in this industry, to continue to see her play these roles where she's playing this like woman in heat trying to pounce on any man she sees, she's better than this. Now, I understand it's a movie with Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Wes. It's all these legends in this film. I get why somebody would take a role like this, but for me, there just had to be a better way to get Leslie Jones involved in this film. But overall, for me, Coming to America is just not funny. There are funny parts that happen, but there are few far and in between. And with the long run time and the fact that there's so many people that you can't even focus not only on Eddie and Arsenio, who really, to be honest with you, aren't in this movie as much as I would have liked them to be. I just felt like this wasn't a worthy sequel. They should have left it alone, had never had it made. I felt like the ideas that we've been seeing going around in different interviews that the cast has been doing, I felt like the ideas that they had was 10 times better than what actually made it into the final draft of the script. So for me, I would tell you guys, if you just want to watch hey, I just want to see Eddie and Arsenio and John Amos and all these like fantastic people, these fantastic legends in a movie, then I would tell you, hey, go ahead and watch Coming to America. You're going to have a good time because everybody looked nice. Everybody aged well. It's just, I just felt like from that standpoint, you'll be okay. But if you're expecting a movie that's going to live up to the expectations and the high standards of the original Coming to America film, first set for us back in 1988, this isn't the movie for you. I think that the best thing that happened to this film was actually having it go to streaming. I think that's a better fit for it than actually having this come out into movie theaters, because it definitely would have been a wait for me. But I would still, as always, this is just my personal opinion. I always encourage you guys to go and make decisions for yourself, but this felt like a cash grab. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it felt like a cash grab. It's just not funny. I'm done. I'm never watching this movie again. And I'm pretty sure for the majority of people watching Coming to America, it's gonna be a one and done. You're probably just gonna be like, I'm just gonna rewatch the classic again and forget that this ever happened. So those are my thoughts on Coming to America. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay or Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again,